What is up, everybody? Welcome to Messing Around Monday with the Next Guy Up podcast. We are here to be kicking off your week with a little messing around. If you got an intense week, it's about to be summertime. So shout out to all you parents. All your kids are about to be out of school, so you're about to be pulling your hair out because they're going to be dominating your house. So let's take your mind off of it for about 48 minutes here with the Next Guy Up. We've got a really, really fun episode planned for you today. Me and Mason are still holding down the fort. Zach is getting dominated by a child. No, I'm just joking. He's doing great. Everybody over there is doing great. But he is going to be missing today's episode, so we are going to be holding it down. We're going to be kicking things off with a press release. We've got some more food for thought. And then me and Mason are going to do a blind ranking. Each of us have two different subjects. So I think this is going to be pretty fun. He's got a list for me, the blind rank. I've got a list for him, but they're not the same as we talked about before the episode started. So I'm pretty excited about that. But Mason, how's the weekend going?
Yeah, it's going great. A little teaser as well. It is food related. Shocker. We do like food here at the Next Guy Up Pod. If you're new to the episode. But also, we're bringing it back to like old school. So we're going to do some history with Mason as well. So I've already kind of proofread, and there's words that I can't pronounce, but I'm going to attempt to. So we'll see how that goes. But no, it's going well. We're trying to set up, so we have a pool, and we just got notified that there's a leak in like the light area. So we've had to drain like half of it. So it's like one of those things like, it's just something. I've seen videos out there like TikToks of like if you have a pool, how much money and work goes into it, and I'm already like realizing that. So it's gonna pay off in the end, I'm sure. But just one of those things. It's weird seeing it for the first time like drained lower than half and having to get it fixed. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm ready for your pool to be fixed so I can come swim in it.
There we go.
You know what they say? Don't ever buy a pool. Just get a friend with a pool. So
that has a pool?
I've locked that
You're
up.
locked in.
It's pools and boats. You don't ever want to own a boat yourself or a pool. You just want your friends to do it. So
and a truck.
Enjoy it in a truck, yeah.
You just if you need somebody. The worst thing I've heard is to have a truck because you're always the guy that needs to help move other people or help them with some type of washer or dryer or whatever. But if you don't own one, but if you know somebody, then you're in the clear. So
I can say that is true. I used to have a truck, and it was always, Tinsley has a truck. He'll come help us. Newsflash, Tinsley isn't a nice guy. He don't want to help anybody. Just joking.
So we got definitely some things planned out. You want to kick us off with?
Go ahead. Before we do that, listen, desk chair companies listening to this, y'all hook a brother up. I don't want to go buy a new one, but this sucker squeaks. I hear it all the time, and I'm very self-conscious about it during recording. So yeah, shout out. I don't even know brand names of desk chairs because no one really, like, why would you know that? Like, I know a lot of brand names of other products. Why would I know a brand name of a desk chair? That's pretty lame if that's like your passion.
So listeners of the pod, you are the true warriors because you've had to listen to my dog bark in the background. He actually appeared on the last episode. Yeah. Tinsley's squeaky chair or Zach doing his clearing his throat. It's sad because I've kind of missed it the last couple episodes. So Zach, you got to hurry back and get in a good real quick for us. So, but I like to give him a hard time even though he's not here. Especially I never realized how much it goes into. I want to peel back the curtain a little bit on the editing process. Zach was the editing guy, if you could imagine. And it's something, it's a lot of work. I hope everybody that has listened to the last couple, I hope I've done diligence to what Zach has done this whole time for the podcast. So wanted to just throw that out there a little bit.
Yeah, shout out Zach if you're listening.
Do you think he listens to the pod?
Yeah, I think
He has
so.
on the background while he's
Changing
rocking
diapers.
changing diapers or rocking the child to sleep possibly.
I'm
So
I'm sure like she probably likes listening to the pod. We're soothing voices and sounds. We don't scare her all with Thanos freaking out or my chair squeaking around. Of course, it didn't squeak right then whenever I just spazzed out for all the non listeners that watch on YouTube that we don't post anymore. All right, so let's dive in. Let's get it
let's
fired up
get
here.
to it. Let's do this thing. There it is.
There it is.
There's the squeak.
I was like, oh, maybe it won't do it this time. I swear, I hate it. All right,
You
so
wanna
press release.
kick us off?
Sorry, it was for some reason my pictures weren't uploading. All right, so my first press release, and this is one I actually forgot to tell Mason. No, I'll
Curveball.
do it. I'll do it second actually because it'll be a good lead in.
Okay.
No, I won't. I'm gonna do it first. Craven the Hunter has now had a confirmed release date of December 13th, 2024. So I bring that up to say it's another feature failed Sony project of the Spider-Man universe. Craven the Hunter is a big deal in the Spider-Man comics, and Madam Web flopped so hard that I have zero hope for this movie now. I really gave him the benefit of the doubt. Like, all right, this Madam Web movie might be okay. Like, Sony might turn this whole Spider-Man universe around.
You were looking forward to it. Did you even see it?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I saw the scores. I saw all the hate on Twitter, and I said, "Yeah, I'm going to save my $300 that it costs to go to the movies and stay home." So
There you go.
So first one I have was Craven the Hunter. Now the reason I brought up this future flop was because 2023 was a very big year for movies flopping on their face and costing their studios a lot of money. I have a top 5 biggest box office failures of 2023. So these 5 movies cost studios an egregious amount of money. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
I don't even think I could guess one. Like I'm not.
You don't
Morbius
think so?
was before. Morbius was before then. I feel like it flopped, but that was before. Yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man films,
Sony universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
All right,
Morbius.
let's give it a listen. I'm ready.
All right, number 5, Haunted Mansion, negative $117 million.
Oh my goodness! Holy
So,
cow!
like,
I forgot that even came. Wasn't that on? I thought that went to like straight to Disney Plus. Maybe it came out, and no, it came out in the summer. Huh?
I think it did. I thought it did go straight to Disney Plus. Maybe.
That's crazy. How do they calculate up the cost if it goes straight to streaming?
No.
I think it actually went in movie theaters in the summertime because I was like, why is a Halloween movie in the summertime? And then it came out during like on Disney Plus during Halloween time. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Did not see
it.
I saw the old one, but never saw this one.
Yeah, didn't see this one. Wish at 131 million.
Wow.
Which is tough. Apparently, Wish is a movie Disney's been like working on. It's like the story's been worked on for a very, very long time. Morgan and Macy went to go see this, and Macy really liked it, but it never really like took off as far as like one of those big Disney animated movies.
They wanted it to be like a Frozen or a Moana. Yeah,
it didn't turn into one of those. It seemed like a solid movie. I've watched bits and pieces of it, but yeah. So shout out Wish coming in at number 4. Number 3, Indiana Jones 5 at 143 million. Yeah, like they should have stopped making these movies. Like halfway through the Crystal Skull one, they should have been like, you know what, this is bad. We should stop doing it. But they made that one and it sucked, and then they made this movie and apparently it was terrible. I didn't watch it. I'm not a big Indiana Jones fan anyway.
Yeah, you mean like whole CGI Harrison Ford? Because weren't they? There's like scenes where they were trying to make like half the movie him young and just like CGI him the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. But the one with like Shia LaBeouf and the aliens at the end, like that was where I was like, I think I'm done watching these.
That was the
So
first one I ever watched. I never watched it as a kid.
I tried to sit down and actually like watch the old ones, and they are like, and people may disagree with me. There may be a ton of Indiana Jones like lovers out there, but it was like hard to watch for me. I don't know. It just wasn't the vibe. So there we go.
All right, and
All
then
right. That was number 3 or
that was
2?
number 3.
3. Okay.
Number 2 was The Flash at 155 million. Now this movie did it even? No, it came out. It was just a flop because they essentially said, "We're done with this universe. We're gonna have to start over."
Yeah.
So like, I don't think I
I
ever
had no
watched it.
interest in this at all.
I don't really care about
DC,
DC anyway.
insert, as Tinsley likes to say, insert fart noise here. DC universe, not something I'm interested in.
And then coming in at number 1 by a large margin, The Marvels at 237 million.
Was that what?
That was last.
Yep, that was last year. Wow.
It was. I tried watching it.
Because it's on Disney Plus now,
It's on
right?
Disney Plus. It's just bad. It's just bad. So bad. And it costs a lot of money. I mean, there's a lot of big CGI and big like editing process. But I don't know. I feel like CGI and special effects have gotten worse somehow.
Which is crazy, right? You think
Like,
it would have gotten better.
Like, think of like the first Transformers movie. That was amazing. Like, it looked like
or something.
Yeah. And then now you watch a movie and you're like, ugh, like I can tell like that was who's doing the CGI? Like, is it Tins and Mason like in their garage? Like, did we start a CGI company?
That's it. Well, we should, because if any of these people can make it, so can we.
Right, exactly. So that was the biggest. I don't know. I feel like hating a little bit this morning. The biggest failures from last year. And then here's my next. You want me to do my next one, right?
Yeah, go for it.
So here's something I hope isn't a big failure, but now I'm having a little up and down feelings about.
Have some worries, Tins?
Having a little bit. I'm having a little worries. So I was very excited for this, and well, I'll just this. So new trailer dropped on May 4th, big Star Wars day, as everyone knows. May the 4th be with you. The Acolyte is the next big Star Wars TV series coming out on Disney Plus. They dropped a new trailer on May 4th. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's what I want it to be. I thought it was going to be like a lot of Jedis versus like Sith. It was going to be more about that. It's like they're trying to. I think they're kind of low key trying to say Jedis are bad guys.
Oh, well,
like they're misusing their power and they're. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it just gives that appearance. Hopefully, it won't be that. Did it say release? Did you say release date when it comes out?
Oh, they've had a release date. I don't have it on top of my head, but I can go search IMDb real quick. But I was hoping to see a lot more like saber battles. There's like one. I mean, spoiler for the trailer if you haven't seen it. There's like, I guess they're looking for someone who used to be like a Jedi apprentice. She doesn't even have a lightsaber. She's like throwing like knives at these dudes. I'm like, throwing knives? This guy's got lightsabers. Like, this should be easy. But it's not.
Well, while you're looking that up, speaking of May the 4th and Star Wars, I thought it would be very fitting if we did a History with Mason Star Wars edition. Wanted to go through the whole industry's been, blockbuster after blockbuster. I don't even know what film we're at now. I don't even know how many series, but there's a lot of, hype around the Star Wars, and every day or once every year, I feel like it's like its own holiday now, May 4th. So let's kick it off with Star Wars, and it's classified as a space opera film, by the way, series that became one of the most successful and influential franchises in motion picture history. Began in the 1970s and 80s and resurrected its turn at the 21st century. The Star Wars films continually advanced the film of motion picture special effects and developed into an enormously lucrative merchandising industry. Lucas's success as a writer and director with American Graffiti, which was in 1973, gained him the backing of the 20th Century Fox, which put a $9.5 million for the production of the first Star Wars film. If you ever have seen the first Star Wars film, obviously you're like, these effects are not good. But back, anybody that I've ever talked to that watched that first one, like when it came out, said that the effects were ahead of its time. The film, directed by Lucas, was in production for 4 years with scene shots in Death Valley, California, and the sound stages in England. When it released on May 25th, 1977, Star Wars New Hope met with runaway success. I had some fun facts. Did you have that date, by the way, while I look
June
at
4th. Yeah, June
June
4th. We'll be
4th?
getting
There you go.
that.
I could go on and on about the history of it, but just wanted to give like a little backstory of how it all began. Fun facts about Star Wars. The line, "I have a bad feeling about this," is said in every Star Wars movie. Did you know that?
That's pretty cool.
James Earl Jones says he recorded all his Darth Vader lines in one day. Jones finished the task for the first film in just 2.5 hours. He got $7,500 for it, which is pretty good earning, $3,000 every hour. Let's see, what else did I have? I had one final one. George Lucas made a cameo appearance in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. In the film series, according to Screen Rant, Star Wars creator George Lucas shows up just once. He plays a Senate member in the Revenge of the Sith Episode 3 in this series. And he's got like a cloak on and blue face, like he's like painted blue with like, you couldn't even really tell it was him, to be honest. So yeah, there's a couple little fun facts there and a history with Mason for Star Wars. Do you have anything to put a bow on the Star Wars theme?
Just that all Star Wars are good.
Do you have a favorite film?
Do I have a favorite? Probably 3.
3? Yep.
Yeah. I'm not someone who just hates Star Wars movies because it's fun. I feel like a lot of Star Wars fans online are just like, man. It's like, if you don't enjoy it, don't watch it. How about that? You don't have to. No one's paying you to be here to act like a fan. They did the Phantom Menace re-release over the weekend. Kind of wish I would have went to go check that out somewhere. Because I bet it. I don't know. I like that movie too. So, but yeah, no. Shout out Star Wars. Big fan.
Have you been to the Star Wars section of Disney World? You have not, correct?
Oh, Disney World? No, we've not.
Yeah.
I've never been to Disney World. I don't ever plan on going.
I think with 2 kids, I see it in your future.
Yeah,
I still think that you'll end up going eventually, maybe when they get old enough. But I have been. It is a really cool experience. If anybody is a Star Wars fan, you gotta. So hold up. I've been to Hollywood Studios where they had that Star Wars section. I've not been to since they've done the Star Wars like world whole section there. So
okay.
All right. Now back to back history with Mason. Today we are recording on Cinco de Mayo. A lot of people, they think Cinco de Mayo, they think, oh, go to a Mexican restaurant, get chips and salsa, if you drink a margarita, Cinco de Mayo. But with history with Mason, what is Cinco de Mayo really about? And this is going to be so interesting. And I apologize for butchering this in advance. Long story short, the Dia de Festa, now known as Cinco de Mayo, was a major win for Mexican independence and a big L for Napoleon-era French army. Zach would appreciate this, maybe. Take the L. The full story, however, is a bit more dramatic. We love drama here at the Next Guy Up podcast. In order to paint the full picture of why the holiday is celebrated, you have to go back to the late 1800s. Following a half century after Mexico gained independence from Spain, the country was now back at war, the time with itself, seeking liberation from conservative dictator, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Ana, former leaders of the independence movement, along with their young leader Bentito Jerez, began a liberal social and political revolution known as La Forma, which lasted from 1854 to 1876. Let's see. After defeating Santa Anna in 1855, Jerez became the 26th president of Mexico in 1858, opening the way to a liberal party to enact the reform they were fighting for. Let's see. We'll stick with that, but kind of some people say it's like an Independence Day that we celebrate in America, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
So there you go. Now you know. You can
Now you
still
know.
go to the Mexican restaurant, get your chips and salsa, and now you know a little history.
What about Taco
fact
Bell?
there.
Can I go to Taco Bell?
Well, today they're doing 5 crunchy tacos for $5. So yes, you can go to Taco Bell
On the app, if you have the app.
on the app. Yes, sorry, you have the app. Wait, do we have an update or weekly updates?
I'll say, did I do it on the pod or not? I can't remember.
You said you sent an email, but you were still waiting to get that back.
Yeah, so they finally responded after months. I feel like I told this story, but maybe I didn't. They finally responded. They asked for the screenshot of what happens whenever I go to place an order and like the error code. So I sent that to them. They have not responded now in 2 weeks. So now I have reverted back to, now that I have that email though, I have a direct line to a customer service agent. I have sent him the same screenshot every day.
There we are.
So I will annoy them into giving me a Baja Blast hoodie, and B, a special. I want my own app login now. I want like a real one that can't even be denied. Like I want something. I need something special out here.
Something special out here. He demands it. Taco Bell. Reach his demands. Okay, a little food for thought there. If you
if you will,
are listening. Oh, speaking of food for thought, that was a good transition, right?
Look at that transition. We're pros around here.
That's right. I'll kick us off with one, and then I'll take it to you, and then I'll go back to me. Right. Dunkin' Donuts has released their new summer menu. Here is what is on the. Do you want to take some guesses? Like when you think summer, what do you think of?
Probably like some watermelon stuff, some strawberry stuff.
Wow, you would be correct. They have added a kiwi watermelon refresher. That's like the new thing now. I feel
they're
like
good
I saw
too.
that
I like refreshers.
They have different flavored lemonades, and then a vanilla frosted donut signature latte and a blueberry donut coffee.
I
kind of looked up. Let's see. It has strawberry dragon fruit Dunkin' refresher and a mango pineapple Dunkin' refresher.
Huh.
I would drink that. The blueberry ones they tried to basically, or the donut ones, they obviously tried to simulate what it would be like having the sweet pastry dough in coffee form. So like as you drink it. So there's that for you. All right.
I would try most of those things.
Would you try all those?
Pretty much.
Are you a blackberry fan?
I like blackberries. I like blueberries. I like all berries. All right. I've got a bunch of food for thoughts, but we'll start here. This is the one I'm most excited about. Now, if you listen to our first official bracket episode where we decided the official cereal of the podcast, and we'll be doing some more things like that once Zach gets back. But the official cereal of the podcast is Cocoa Pebbles. I don't have the box in here with me right now because I ate some this morning for breakfast, but I love Cocoa Pebbles. I bought the mega box this time when I went to Walmart because you know, why not? My excuse is I have 2 kids, so I can buy like the bigger boxes of cereal so it'll last longer. I eat more cereal than either one of the kids, so it's fine. But that's not here or there. But Fruity Pebbles, and Zach brought this up in our group text too. He was like, "Shout out the whole, the Pebbles brand. They've never changed their boxes. They're the same from when we were kids in the '90s to now. Like it's Freddie and it's Fred Flintstone and the other dude. What's his name? Oh, it's
Oh my goodness. Robert is
Arnie.
screaming through the
I feel like it's
no.
Arnie.
Or Ernie?
Ernie.
I'm looking it up right now, but
Trying to see if it's on
keep
the
going.
box.
Keep
All
going.
right.
I'm looking it
So
up.
they're coming out with a new flavor, Fruity Pebbles waffles. So it's going to be waffled shaped, uh, like waffle shaped cereal that tastes like maple syrup with the Fruity Pebbles as sprinkles in the waffles. And it's supposed to be like you're eating like a fruity topped waffle. Um,
Barney Rubble.
Barney. I was close with Arnie.
Close. Yep.
So that I think that's going to be my cereal of the summer. I have about 47 boxes of it. As soon as I see it in stores, I'll be buying some, doing a little TikTok review. I think our most successful stuff, other than the Super Bowl bets hitting on TikTok, are our food reviews. So, we joke that we like food on this podcast, but I think all you people out there like food too, because it's the only
Or
thing
you
you
wouldn't
guys.
be listening.
Yeah, you wouldn't be watching a dumb TikTok of me in my car eating chips. So
Tell if anybody's not seen it, tell your review of the Baja Blast
yeah.
chip.
So Zach brought up the Baja Blast chips in a Food for Thought a couple weeks ago, and I was pretty excited. I love Baja Blast, and they were supposed to be like spicy chips. And I was like, okay, I could get with that. But they're very weird. I ended up finishing the bag because I was hungry, but we it's like the weirdest chip I've ever eaten in my life. It's very mangoey, and then the spice just kind of like hits you as an aftertaste. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not gonna buy them again, but I gave it like
I
like a
imagine
4 point something.
Yeah, I imagine it just being too much. Like you're like they try to add so much flavor that it's just like
Yeah,
you don't even know what to think of it. It's just too much.
it's very yeah. It's a lot going on. So
That's the most Tinsley thing I've ever heard. I didn't like it, but I ate it and finished it because I was hungry. The only thing I've ever seen you actually legitimately turn down is hot sour cream on a burrito.
yep,
But I
yeah,
feel like anything that is like not you don't like it, you'll still just eat it because you're hungry. So you're just like,
yeah.
well, here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, no, that's true. Shout out Taco Bell once again. Stop putting sour cream on my stuff. Which they don't, because I tell them I'm allergic when in the drive-thru.
There you go. That's probably they're like, what? I've never heard of that one before, but all right.
How are you allergic to sour cream, which is a dairy product, when you're putting cheese on everything?
Cheese on it.
Don't ask questions
like, okay.
you don't need answers to, Taco Bell.
That's right.
All right,
All
so
right,
yeah,
you said you had a couple.
I got a couple. I'll knock these next few out real quick. Goldfish is bringing back for the third year in a row the Old Bay flavored goldfish.
Are those good?
I love Old Bay. I love putting it on chicken or fish, or if I'm making something, like, it's a good seasoning. It's not a good chip. It's not good when you're just eating Old Bay seasoning by itself,
Yeah.
essentially. Like the Old Bay sunflower seeds, I don't like those either. It becomes too much at that point. It's good to put on something, but it's not good like on a chip that just tastes like itself. But shout out if you like Old Bay. The Goldfish are back for the summer for the third year in a row. Chips Ahoy is coming out with a new chewy cookie flavor. And I'm not a big fan of the chewy version of Chips Ahoy. I'm more of a crunchy fan myself, but this one I will be trying for sure. It is a s'mores-filled chewy Chips Ahoy cookie. So chocolate filling with marshmallow chips on top, and then a graham cracker dust. Yeah, that sounds like it's probably going to come to my house at least 4 times. 4 of
Sounds
those
pretty
packs.
good.
Anything s'mores flavored, I'll try at least once.
Yeah, for sure. Same here.
And then my last food for thought. This is breaking news here. Um,
Up.
Jif peanut butter has not come out with a new product in 10 years. They've just been holding steady with what they have. Well, now they have a brand new product coming out. It's the peanut butter and chocolate mixed Jif. And let me just go ahead and tell you, I tried some. It just tastes like a Reese cup. It just tastes like
in
a Reese
a
cup in a
in like a
jar.
spread form.
Yep, yep. It's the best thing ever. Put some on a waffle. Put some on bread. Heck, put some on some broccoli. I'd eat that. This stuff is amazing. It's literally a Reese cup in spread form. It's not Nutella. Don't look at it and go, "Oh, that's Nutella." No, it's not a hazelnut spread. Those are different. This is chocolate peanut butter.
I feel like this is a no-brainer that we should have had this like years ago. Oh, by the way, shout out. Only way you could probably get Tinsley to eat vegetables is with that on top. I'm just kidding. He probably eats some form of a vegetable. I don't really know what, but the it sounds amazing. Could you just put it on bread and eat it like you would like a Nutella or peanut butter? Is it too sweet to where you could like it's like you add it to like a piece of fruit, or is it good enough to where you could put it on bread and make a sandwich?
I think you could put it on a piece of bread with a sandwich. I would put some jelly on there, something kind of, it's like a peanut butter and jelly with some chocolate. That sounds great. But yeah, no, this is elite snacking
Elite. No, that sounds good.
with some apples, or banana. Do a peanut butter chocolate banana sandwich. Yeah, I'd eat that. Matter of fact, I might eat that
So
for lunch today.
next time I go to the store, I know what I'm getting.
Yep.
My
So,
wife's gonna look at the cart and there's gonna be 3 of those sitting in there. I'll be like, I don't know,
whoops,
some
how'd that
kid just threw
happen?
these in there. I don't know what happened.
I don't know where
I
they
just
go, so we can't put them back because I don't want to. I can't just throw them right here on the shelf. That's rude to the workers.
That's right. So I guess we're just buying them. Tough break. All right.
uh,
Did
I
you have one
love it.
more, or was that it?
Nope, that was it. That was all
Okay.
I had.
My final food for thought, and this would transition into my blind ranking for the one and only Tyler Tinsley. McDonald's planning to release its biggest burger ever, larger and I thought this whole time the word was satisfying, but it's saddening. Satiating. I don't even know what that means, but it's a bigger burger. McDonald's
Huh?
has created a larger burger they are working on rolling out worldwide, the company's CFO, Ian Borden, confirmed last Tuesday. While there's no exact timeline for the release of the beefed up burger, it can be expected sooner rather than later. Did we need a bigger burger? Was the Big Mac, which shout out, had one the other day. It was fantastic. Did we need another, like a bigger burger than that? Like or a quarter pounder? Is it not like we need something bigger than that?
Yeah,
Did we ever? I got
I'm
two
at the
questions. We'll go
okay.
ahead.
I was just say I'm not one who's like, let's make a bigger, thicker burger because those are bland. You can't season that enough when you mix that meat. Like even for at home, you're not going to season enough. It's going to be bland. That's gross. And then especially for a fast food place, like I don't want a burger that's too big to eat in the car while I'm driving home with my family's food and my other dinner because I ordered 2 dinners and I eat one on my way home. That's how I
And
normally do
then
it.
one when you're there.
The one when I'm there. Don't ask questions you don't need answers to, Morgan, if you're listening. Um, so yeah, no, I'm not really. I don't care that it's bigger. Like like a quarter pound of ground beef is plenty.
Well, do you want to? So the McDonald's hamburger patty currently weighs 1.6 ounces, comes on a standard bun, around 4 inches. All these you need to know now. The
Right.
Big Mac is made of 2 1.6 ounce patties served on count them, 3 sliced sesame seed buns. So it is unknown what this will be, but if it's bigger, then we're looking at obviously more patties or bigger patties. So
Yeah.
food for thought there.
Just I see that's the only thing I don't like about a Big Mac is that third piece of bread. That's unnecessary as could be. I
Yeah.
just take it off normally. But I don't know. I feel like McDonald's, instead of just trying to be bigger, why don't you just try being better?
Better.
Let's
Tell it how
let's
it
let's
is.
let's tone up our seasoning. Let's make sure everything's fresh. I mean, they've done a good job the last few times I've been there, as far as like they've added some new stuff to the menu. I like the new Cajun chicken sandwich; those are pretty solid. Um, the breakfast, McDonald's breakfast is elite. They've added the bagels back. I love the bagel sandwiches with the breakfast holiday sauce. Um, the steak, egg, and cheese biscuit or bagel is pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's like keep doing that, keep adding new stuff, trying new limited time items. I think people like that stuff better than just being like, and now we have the monster burger. Do you know who did
Or
that? Hardee's. Hardee's did that for a long time, where they had the biggest and giantest burgers, and now look at them. No one cares about Hardee's.
or let's bring the McRib back for the 80th time, or the Shamrock Shake. Like that's like what they just
I
dive
know.
into each time.
Which, I mean, I like the Shamrock Shake. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but the McRib, every time it comes out, I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And then every time I'm like, oh, why'd I do that? I'll tell you what they need to bring back is Monopoly. Let's get that
There you
Monopoly
go.
going back.
Yes.
Let's give out some prizes. Let's do some fun stuff for the community.
Did you ever win stuff off of that? I
Yeah,
remember turning in like free fries and stuff, but apparently they
yeah.
were giving out cash money and I wasn't good enough to like
No,
get
I never got
boardwalk
any
or whatever.
cash. I got like a McDonald's hat one time.
There you go. Hey, that's something. Okay, so we're going to kick off with our blind rankings. I set some rules here. I think it would be unfair and too complicated if I put any drinks in this menu. So no ice drinks, no, like dessert drinks, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be just food. I will give you this. There will be side items in here because they are good enough to just be like itself. So we will have like main things, we'll have the side items, but we're going to do a blind ranking and we're going to start with 5 going down to 1. And breakfast is included, by the way,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
going to try to pick like the best of the breakfast.
All
Speaking
right.
of breakfast, let's kick us off. The sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
So
The
1 through 5,
McGriddle.
right?
Yep. And well, let's just stick with that right now.
So
Was this your favorite out of the breakfast
no,
stuff?
that's my least favorite of the breakfast. That's a 5.
Wow. That's a
I don't
5.
really like sausage. I'm more of a bacon guy.
Yeah. Okay. So that's number 5 on your.
Yeah. It's good though. I
We
mean, I'll eat it. If it's given to
yeah.
me, I will eat it.
We talked about it earlier. The Big Mac. Big Mac.
I'm gonna go
This
number
is-
4 here. I lean
Wow,
more towards their normal burgers. I don't really like the Big Mac sauce, which is mayonnaise mixed with Thousand Island dressing. In case anybody wanted to know, that's all it is. It's just Thousand Island with mayonnaise.
So you're not leaving a whole lot of space for any
Nope, I'm sure not.
You're gonna
Hopefully
end
there's
up
no
with
broccoli
some
on this list.
broccoli dipped in Jif peanut butter Reese. All right, so we'll go ahead with my third item, and that would be French fries. French fries with ketchup by themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that. That's my favorite thing at McDonald's. If I'm ever like, yeah, McDonald's sounds good. If I'm really telling the truth, it's that their fries sound good. So I'm gonna go
Yep.
McDonald's fries at number 1.
Number 1. All right, I like this strategy here. And I'm sorry, I should have maybe done 10, but I was worried that this was going to get too complicated. But things are going to be left off the menu. Obviously, we're looking at it now. We have 2 things left. We have the chicken McNugget. Would you? Oh no, he would have rather that been 5. Looks like.
Yeah.
So now you have to pick between 2 or 3.
We'll go 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah. Their barbecue
So-
sauce makes up for it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you, for this final one, I'm going to give you
no.
2, and you pick 1 to go in the 2 spot and then 1 to be left off the list.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
I'm
I
ready.
feel like
Born
this is
ready.
fair. Okay. The first one is a quarter pounder with cheese.
Okay.
The second
Nope.
one,
No
oh,
onions.
yeah, that's fine. You can do that. The second one is the McCrispy.
Dadgummit. Why? I would rather have a McCrispy than those stupid nuggets. Um,
Should we do a sub or would that be against the rules?
no, it's
Should
against the
we?
rules. We're breaking rules. Zach would veto it.
Zach
He would
would veto
say,
it.
"Too bad. You lay in the bed, you lie," or
Wait,
whatever.
hold on. He would go,
You,
those are the rules.
you already decided. You can't change your mind. It's not how this works. Um,
So not a big McNugget fan. I
no,
put it
I'm
on there
not.
because it's high on my list. So I apologize. Should have went with the McCrispy and the quarter
I
pounder.
mean, but it's probably like number 7 if we were doing top 10. It's not
Top
like I
10.
hate them or something.
Okay.
But I'll go the hamburger with cheese,
Quarter pounder.
quarter
The
pounder.
McCrispy was just added, so we might have to
Yeah,
earn
they're
that
good. I
spot.
like them. It's the old. It's like the crispier version of a McChicken.
Have okay. So the McChicken was on the menu here. It looks very underwhelming next to the rest of the sandwiches. They all look
Yeah,
fantastic. And then that one. How about the or the filet o fish? Have you ever had that?
yeah, it's delicious.
It's delicious. Would that have made the top 5?
No, but if you
Um,
want to just feel really bad about yourself, eat uh, a McFish, and you'll be like, "What am I doing with my life? I just ate a fried piece of fish from McDonald's with tartar sauce and cheese." Um,
I could have probably put 10 on here. We're missing the McDouble as well.
yeah,
Some breakfast items.
McDouble would have been the number one,
Number
and
one.
or it would have been number 2, but it would
Would
have fought.
what would it have been, like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or the McMuffin would have been
I'm
your
more of
top
a
breakfast?
McGriddle fan. I like the McGriddles more than I like the biscuits.
Okay.
Biscuits are good, but
I had the McGriddle. It was just the wrong. I did sausage, egg, and cheese, and not the bacon.
yeah, no,
Okay.
that's why it was number 5 because I'm not a big
Yeah.
sausage fan.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna take some notes from you. If it's a 1, you should just take it and not worry about what's left on the list. Because
right, exactly.
for mine coming up here, my biggest worry is I'm gonna get to the end of leaving the 1, and you're gonna be like, "All right, sausage and gravy flavored whatever." So we'll see what happens.
All right. Also, shout out real quick. I meant to tell the story before we started.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
so Macy and me have been doing this in the car. Like when I pick her up from school, she calls it our ranking game. It's just blind rankings. She'll be like, "All right, so we're gonna say if something's in our top 10 or not." Obviously, she's been listening to the podcast. So we were
Raising
doing it
them
last
right.
night. We were coming home. We went to go pick up dinner, and she was like, "All right, let's do our top 10 dinners ever." And it was just funny. So shout out. I'm trying to turn her into a podcaster before we know it. She'll be on here when she stops acting like she's shy, because she's not shy. I don't know why she won't jump on here.
What was her
But
top
anyway,
dinner? Mac and
her
cheese,
top dinner was spaghetti,
spaghetti.
which that
Does
makes
that
sense. She does love spaghetti.
okay?
And then one of her ones was a complete lie. I asked her where her quesadillas were. She said number 6. I have to make that kid a quesadilla like every other night for dinner. That's all she'll eat. So I don't know
Work
what
on
her
those
deal is.
rankings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
work on them. All right. I've got a blind ranking for Mason here, and mine, because I was in very much snack world this week.
Yeah.
As far as all my food for thoughts. So I'm just taking a trip down the chip aisle with Mason today.
Mm.
I've got 5 different bags of chips here, and we're gonna blind rank them. I made sure I had to think about a few of them because he does have the allergy to Yellow Lake 4.
There you go.
So I had to make sure none of these had it to where he'd be puking. Because we don't need
I
that.
appreciate that.
So I've got 5 different chips here. We're gonna rank them 1 through 5. I'm gonna go in a random order, and we're gonna start with cheese balls. The famous
Oh my
cheese
goodness.
balls.
Not a cheese ball fan.
Oh, okay.
No, not a cheese ball fan. I like To be honest, I like if it's like Cheeto or cheese, it's like the crunchy, like
Crunch.
Cheeto crunchy, not a big cheese puff guy. So I feel pretty confident at putting this at 5. Watch there be something way worse, and I put it before that. But cheese balls, number 5. Where do they
All right.
rank on yours? Would that be like a
Off the list I have for you right now, probably they probably would have fell at 5 too, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Makes me feel pretty good.
Let's stick with the cheese world. Cheez-Its.
Yep, that's a good one. I love some Cheez-Its. I like the different flavor ones. Never had one that I didn't like.
The zesty ranch ones are fire.
Yeah. I know we're probably talking original, but I mean, just like if this was all of them.
Flavor, yeah.
Let's go let's go 2 here. I feel confident in that being number 2. Yeah.
All right.
I feel pretty good. Leave the 1 open just in case.
You just get the whole Cheez-It universe here. That'll apply to what I'm about to give you. Okay. Pringles.
Oh no. These are good too. Let's see. And they got different flavors of those as well. I could really risk it. I'm going to go with 3. I think they're a slight, like right
below Cheez-It.
Yeah, right below Cheez-It there. So we got nothing at 1, Cheez-It at 2, Pringles at 3, cheese balls at 5. I feel pretty good. So we got a 1 and a 4 left.
1 and 4. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Barbecue Lays.
Oh man, those are good. Now I have to pick. Are they better? I'm gonna leave some. I'm going against my own advice. Was the last chip? Don't leave that for number 1. Barbecue Lays. Are they good enough to go 1 though?
Are they good enough to go 1-1 on your board?
I'm going 4. Let's do it. They're below the Cheez-Its. They're below the Pringles. Now I'm wondering if I should just had Cheez-Its at 1, Pringles at 2, barbecue chips at 3. We'll see if this is good or not. All right, let's hear it.
To be honest, I know your favorite chip. I was fully trying to catch you this whole time. I was trying to get you to rank them in a different order because number 5, the last one I have is Funyuns.
All right. Number 1, baby. Nothing's worse than having a middle school kid with Funyun breath, though.
That's true.
Anybody that just smells like those are stinky chips, I will say, but they taste so good. You were trying to get me to have them at 5.
I was. Have you seen? This is a bonus food for thought. Have you seen the new Funyun flavor, the spicy queso?
The head of queso. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. Surprisingly. Yeah, I need to get that. You know what? We're going to the store and we're just going to have the Jiffy.
I need to see the TikTok of the spicy queso Funyun review in your car.
And then the Jiffy Reese's in a jar. I take the 2 of them and dip them together.
Oh, no. Now you're canceled. It's over. It's over for you now.
What's your favorite chip?
My favorite chip is probably salt and vinegar Lay's.
Yeah.
I can eat a whole bag.
You told me that.
And then Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Salt and vinegar, I feel like there's no in between. You really are like they're your number 1, and you love them or you hate them with all passion.
I can eat a whole family size bag of that like that. But I don't know, like chips is weird. Like salt and vinegar is number 1, Flamin' Hot Cheetos number 2, and then anything after that is just kind of it's whatever my flavor of the day is. Like I like trying new chips and just trying out different things, but I don't really have anything set after that. Those are the 2 that are like go-tos.
Well, hopefully we'll have Zach, you take your time. You enjoy being a dad, but maybe we'll get him on and we'll do a blind ranking of some of this that he missed out. That might be fun to have him fill in on some of that. That would be fun. But we had a great time. Hope you did too listening. Thank you for everybody that always tunes in each week. and puts up with our squeaky chairs or our clearing our throats or, my dog barking in the background. But we appreciate the fans. We appreciate everybody listening. Don't forget to check out Friday's episode if you're a huge sports fan, you love listening to sports or watching sports. We'll break down some fun stuff in the upcoming episodes. Appreciate you guys and catch you later.